Hey, good evening. I'm Dan Fitzpatrick here at StockMarketMentor.com, and it's Monday, July 21st. I want to talk about Skyworks here. This is a stock that had been in a volatility squeeze, and if you've been watching these videos for a while, or certainly the member videos, I frankly don't remember if I've done this on the freebies or not. But this has been a stock that's in a volatility squeeze, and it's done that before multiple times. Can't really say this was much of a squeeze. This really was a little bit of a fake out, but only to the 50-day moving average. This was a squeeze, and lo and behold, hey, this is one too. So the stock's been very predictable, if you can say that about a stock, when it comes to breaking out of volatility squeezes. Look at the weekly chart. Stock's not quite gone parabolic, but it's close enough to it to make it come to mind. But this is a stock that's moving higher. The question is, can you buy it now? Let's look at this on 3 standard deviations. Now, these widest Bollinger Bands here statistically encompass like 99.9% of the price action. In other words, it's almost like a government regulation that the stock not close above the 3rd standard deviation here. Okay, but it did on Friday. It did today. This is not a stock that you want to mess around with because it can do that for a while. But I will say this. I think that while will be limited to max another day, maybe more, but the stock just can't go up that much more before you're going to see some profit taking come in. So do you short the stock? No. You only short the stock if you happen to be managing somebody's money who you don't like very much. Friday saw the big earnings jump. Today, Monday, dramatic decrease in volume, but look what it is relative to average volume. It's about twice as much. So the stock is still under accumulation. So here's what you do. If you're long the stock, stay long. Don't try to time the top. Okay, this doesn't look like the top to me. It just looks like it's higher than just about anywhere else on this chart. But don't try to time the top. Be happy that you're long. You're making money unless you happen to buy at the very top today, in which case you're down 26 cents. But use today's intraday low. This is for a trade. If you're just in this for the long haul, then shut off your screen and go away. But use today's intraday low of 52.62 as your reference for your stop. Again, if you're trading, you keep the stop just below there. So the only way you will get stopped out is if the selling pressure in the future, whether it's tomorrow or Wednesday, if the selling pressure in the future is greater than the selling pressure that you saw today. In other words, some dynamic is changing. That's important when the stock has made this kind of a move. Just as a general proposition, who cares if a stock closes above or below yesterday's intraday low? I mean, golly gee, I wonder how many times it did this here. All the time. Look what happened. So use this, though, as a reference for your stops. Know that this trade, at least in my view, again, I'll say it, as a trade, not as a long-term hold, this trade has a limited duration as measured in probably another day or two, but we don't have to guess how long that's going to be. Just keep using the prior day's intraday low, and that's going to work for you to help you stay in the trade for as long as you can prudently stay in the trade. Okay, members, over to the strategy session. Got a lot of stocks that are working, and I'm covering a lot of them.